तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः।
ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना. We are studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and we are in the conversations of 3rd August 1884, and he was talking to so many people, but now Hazra left the room, leaving the master alone with M. So from here we can pick up again. Master, does what I say in the state of ecstasy attract people? M. Oh yes, very much. Master, what do people think of me? Do they think anything in particular about me when they see me in that condition? Do they understand? That is what I am asking. M. We feel in you a wonderful combination of knowledge. We. They means people. So M includes himself and says we. We feel in you a wonderful combination of knowledge, love, and renunciation. And on the surface, a natural spontaneity. Many divine experiences have passed like huge streamboats through the deep of your inner consciousness. Still you maintain outwardly this utter simplicity. Many cannot understand it, but a few are attracted by this state alone. Many cannot understand it, but a few are attracted by this state alone. That inside so many things have passed, outside there is tranquility or simplicity. Master, there is a sect of Vaishnavas known as Ghoshpada who describe God as the Sahaja, the simple one. They say further that a man cannot recognize the simple one unless he too is simple. So, Thakur has the habit of taking the name of a person or an organization which have given language to a particular thing which is known to Thakur very well. But he has the habit of acknowledging if somebody else has said that. And so he is referring to the Goshpadas. It is a well-known fact. Thakur himself has said many times, unless you are simple, you cannot recognize the simple God. You cannot realize the simple God. God is simple means he is one without a second. So where is the chance of complicity? And unless we are simple, that means in the mind there is no crookedness, there is no alternate thoughts in the mind, then only we are simple. Please remember, simple is different from simpleton, which is foolishness. Though it may appear similar, but they are different. Simple means, Thakur has said, unless you have done tapasya for many lives, you do not become simple. So the man, ordinary man, naturally is not simple. He has to struggle hard for that simplicity. He has to see if the mind is divided in this world and seek some worldly gain, automatically it becomes crooked. He tries to find roundabout ways, shortcuts, but if his purpose is only to realize God, he slowly gets rid of all the complexity of his mind. And when the mind becomes as simple as God, when the mind becomes fully concentrated on God, no other thought, then only it is simple. Simple of purpose. Thakur also has said that incarnation comes only with very simplicity in that house, and has quoted both Dasharatha and Nanda. They were very simple people. So, this is simplicity. Thakur is taking the name of Ghoshpada here just to acknowledge that they also say like that. To M. Now, next question. Have I any ego? He wants to understand how much M has understood and in what way, and he will correct it wherever necessary. So that is the Thakur's questions. M. Yes, sir, a little. He knows that Thakur talks, Thakur teaches people. So for that, some sort of I is necessary. So that much he says, you have kept only a little. You have kept it to preserve your body, one thing. If there is no I consciousness, body cannot be preserved. This much M has understood. And to enjoy divine love in the company of devotees. Second point, divine love, company of devotees. Divine love in the company of devotees, you are enjoying. For that, a little I is necessary for sambhav, for enjoyment. And impart spiritual knowledge to them. That is the M has nicely understood. 3 points. You have little I to preserve the body, to enjoy divine bliss, and to teach people. Further, you have kept this trace of ego by praying to the Divine Mother for it. That means your natural trend is to go to Nirvikal Samadhi, no I. But you want to do these 3 things on command from Divine Mother, and so you have requested the Mother to keep a little I with me so that I can accomplish these 3 things. Now, this also shows a little ignorance or little ego. Thakur will correct this portion. Whatever he has said is correct otherwise. But you have kept, you have prayed to Divine Mother. This you is not in Thakur. So he says, Master, no, I have not kept it. It is God Himself who has left it in me. So, ego is there, he accepts. For all these 3 purposes, he accepts. But I means an individual man. His real nature is God. And that real nature or God, the ordainer of this world, who came down as incarnation, he has kept it. So the language correction Thakur makes to show, I as an individual have not kept it. I surrender everything to God. So where is the question of I? But God, for his play, for these 3 things, has kept it. Can you tell me how I appear in the state of samadhi? So, do you not see that there is no I there? M. As you said a little while ago, you see the form of God when your mind rises to the sixth plane. When you speak after that, your mind comes down to the fifth plane. So Thakur has described the different planes, and he has described in the case of a yogi, but that applies to Thakur also. Now here also, you is not correct. So, Master, it is God who does all these things. I do not know anything. So, if there, then I knows. Neither is there I nor knows. As an individual, God keeps a little I for those three purposes. God keeps a little I. God does everything. Doer I am not. I am the doer is not ignorance. So I do this, I do that. No. God does all this. This is merely an instrument. This is merely a form of God. So he wants M's mind, though he has understood a lot of things, to be absolutely clear what is an incarnation. M has understood. That is why you attract people so much, that there is no I. God has done all these things. God is the greatest magnet. Sir, I have a question to ask. There are two opinions in the scriptures. According to one Purana, Krishna is Chidatma, the Absolute, and Radha is Chit Shakti, the divine power. But according to another, Krishna himself is Kali, the primordial energy. So, whether there is Krishna and Radha two forms or only one form, same Krishna, same Kali. That is the subtler question. Master, the second view is held in the Devi Purana. According to it, Kali herself has become Krishna. But what difference does it make? So he is asking him, what is the purpose of this question? God is infinite, and infinite are the ways to reach him. So we should consider only these things. Nature of God is infinite, and we have to reach it by some way, and infinite are the ways. Him remains speechless with wonder for a few minutes. So he has understood that this is not making any difference. Maybe two forms, maybe the same, and then said, oh, now I understand. So he thought over it. As you say, the important thing is to climb to the roof. Our goal will be achieved if we can accomplish it by following any of the means, a rope or a pole. So these differences does not matter in our mind. Master, it is through the grace of God that we understood that that also is a grace of God to understand correctly. Without His grace, doubt is never cleared up. So if an individual thinks, doubt is always there because his mind is limited. But if God's grace comes, then there is no doubt. You understand it clearly. The important thing is somehow to cultivate devotion to God and love for Him. So why mentions two things, devotion and love? Ah, they are not two things, there is a dash. Jate bhakti hoy dash bhalabasa hoy. Love for God is bhakti. So, I think and can be removed from here. That, where has it gone? Okay, let it go. I can use this. The important thing is somehow to cultivate devotion to God dash love for Him. What is the use of knowing many things? It is enough to cultivate love of God by following any of the paths. Any of the paths, love and reach God. When you have this love, you are sure to attain God. That is the definition of love. Afterwards, if it is necessary, God will explain everything to you. Necessary means if other people's doubts are to be cleared. And tell you about the other paths as well. Beautiful. When you realize God by one path, God will tell you about all paths. It is enough for you to develop love of God again. You have no need of many opinions and discussions. You have come to the orchard to eat mangoes. Enjoy them to your heart's content. You don't need to count the branches and leaves on the trees. So these subtler differences of philosophy or terminology are not necessary. It is wise to follow the attitude of Hanuman. I do not know the day of the week, the phase of the moon, or the position of the stars. I only contemplate Hanuman's position. M. I now desire that my activities may be much reduced and that I may devote myself greatly to God. This Thakur has appreciated. Master, certainly your desire will be fulfilled. But a jnani can live unattached in the world. That means no harm in continuing the activities in the world if you are jnani, unattached. So you can cultivate that knowledge. True, sir, in theory. But one needs special power to lead an unattached life. So unattached life, then you can live in the world. But unattached life is not just two words. That requires a great power. Master, that is also true. This conversation between the two is really beautiful. But perhaps you wanted the worldly life. So some desire was there because of which this has happened. Krishna had been enshrined in Radha's heart, but Radha wanted to sport with him in human form. Hence, all the episodes of Vrindavan. Bhaktyartham kalpitam dvaitam advaitadapi sundaram. Krishna is permanently in Radha's heart means the consciousness is Krishna only. But Radha wants to sport. So, little different she becomes and enjoys the sport. Now you should pray to God that your worldly duties may be reduced. So what we had said, that is better. And you will achieve the goal if you renounce mentally. So to remain unattached by knowledge is difficult, he accepted. But get duties reduced and whatever is there, mentally always think of God. Give up the fruits of those things to God. So another way of the attaining the same thing. But mental renunciation is prescribed for those who cannot give up the world outwardly. So he wants to become like a sannyasi. For superior devotees, total renunciation is enjoyed, both outer and inner. So that is the drag in him. He wants to renounce the world and become a sannyasi. Sri Ramakrishna was silent a few minutes and then resumed the conversation. So Thakur has left this question unanswered. Thakur does not want him to be the sannyasi. He wants him as an householder. He wants him to serve Thakur as an householder. He wants him to write this gospel as a work of Thakur. So he left that question unanswered. Master, how did you like what I said about renunciation a little while ago? So continuously, M's understanding so that we shall all understand. That is the purpose. M, very much, sir. No, very much as not, Thakur is not contented with that. Master, tell me, what is the meaning of renunciation? M. And now, I wanted to see. Sometimes the words may be changed. Dispassion is vairagya. Renunciation is tyaga, giving up that physically. And Thakur is asking about dispassion, vairagya. How did you like what I said about dispassion a little while ago? Very much, sir. Tell me, what is the meaning of dispassion? M. Let us use the word dispassion here also. Dispassion does not mean simply dispassion for the world. It means dispassion for the world and also longing for God. So, vairagya is not one way. Vairagya supplies two things. Dispassion for the world, love for God, attraction for God. This is what Thakur is teaching. You may call them two, Anurag and Vairagya, Vairagya and Anurag. But Vairagya itself does not mean only dispassion for the world. It means love of God also. Real Vairagya. Master, you are right. You no doubt need money for your worldly life. So, Master wants to give up now, for that Thakur has come. But don't worry too much about it. The wise course is to accept what comes of its own accord. Yadricha lab, so you are like a sannyasi. Don't take too much trouble to save money. Those who surrender their hearts and souls to God, those who are devoted to Him and have taken refuge in Him, do not worry much about money. As they earn, so they spend. Good. The money comes in one way and goes out the other. This is what the Gita describes as accepting what comes of its own accord. Yadricha lava santushto is the word in Gita. So this is a beautiful conversation, clearing some little doubts in Master's mind, encouraging him that you do not need outer initiation. Continue, give fruits to God, love of God, dispassion, and in that way you will succeed. Pray to God. The Master referred to Haripada and said, he came here the other day. Haripada, Haripada name has come somewhere. Haripada, Balak Bhakta. Oh. Master Masha's student, Master Masha had brought him to Thakur. He used to go to Thakur and he used to do sadhana according to Goshpada Sampradaya. And he could do the kirtan nicely and he used to meditate also. This Haripada. And said he came here the other day. He knows how to sing the stories of the Puranas. He sings melodiously about the life of Prahlada and the nativity of Sri Krishna. Nativity means birth. Master, is that so? That day I looked into his eyes. They had no inward look. They had an inward look. The eyes had an inward look that Thakur can detect. We can also, if we concentrate a little and understand that. I asked him whether he meditated a great deal, but he sat with his eyes cast down and didn't answer. Then I said to him, look here, don't strain yourself too much. Proceed, what could be retained? It was now dusk, so conversation about a boy whom Master Masha was also interested, Thakur was also, some things he knew, something he knew. It was now dusk. Sri Ramakrishna, as was usual with him during this part of the day, chanted the names of God and turned his mind to contemplation. Automatically used to happen, Sandhya. That is the proper time to do it. And Thakur, that was natural. Soon the moon rose in the sky. The temples, courtyards, and trees were bathed in the silvery night light, and millions of broken moons played on the rippling surface of the Ganges. Moon, when reflect and the ripples appear, that moon is broken. I doubted that this dusk has been used in gospel for the period before evening. And then Thakur did not chant his name. Why these slips come? It was now evening. Then Sri Ramakrishna as usual chanted. Because then the arti will go. The temple's courtyards and trees were bathed in silvery light, and millions of Rakhal and M were with the master in his room. So they are not alone now. Rakhal is there. Master to M. Babu Ram says, oh, the worldly life, God forbid. So he does not want to hinder that at all. M. His opinion is based on mere hearsay. What does he know of the world? He is a mere child. Master, yes, that is true. Have you? So that is one side. The other boy. Have you noticed Niranjan? He is utterly artless. Simple, straight, guileless. M. Yes, sir. His very appearance attracts people. How expressive his eyes are. Master, not only his eyes, but his entire person. His relatives proposed that he marry. At this he said, why are you going to drown me? With a smile. Tell me this. So Master is married. And Niranjan thought it would be drowning. So Thakur now, in a humorous way or otherwise, asking the Master, people say that a man finds great pleasure in the company of his wife after the hard work of the day. And that is no doubt true of those who think that way. To Rakhal with a smile. We are now being examined because Rakhal also was married. This is a leading question. Both Rakhal and M were married. Master with a smile. A mother says, I shall heave a sigh of relief if I can procure a shade tree for my son. He will rest in the shade when scorched by the heat of the world. True, sir, but there are parents and parents. A father who is spiritually illumined doesn't give his children in marriage. If he does, he is a fine personality, not spiritual. Others then arrived from. So, as he said, this was leading questions, and both of them remained clear about it in their mind. They did not succumb to that. Master with a smile. Okay. Others then arrived from Calcutta and saluted the master. After a few minutes, he went to the temple of Kali where M followed him. M followed. Who went to the temple of Kali? He. Other himself. And master has gone with other. A little later, M was sitting at the bathing ghat on the Ganges. The flood tide had just set in. As he listened to the waters lapping against the bank, many pictures of Sri Ramakrishna's divine life flitted before his mind. The master's deep samadhi, his constant ecstasy, his joy in the love of God, his untiring discourse on spiritual life, his genuine love for the devotees, and above all, his childlike simplicity. Who was this man? Was it God who had embodied himself on earth for the sake of his devotees? Other and M returned to the master's room. Other had been to Chittagong in East Bengal, Chattagram, on official duty. He was telling the master about his visit to the Chandranath Hills and Sita Kunda, sacred places of Chittagong. Other, near Sita Kunda, I visited a well where I saw fire in the water. It is always burning on the water with leaping tongues. Master, how is that possible? Other, the water contains phosphorus. So a natural phenomenon, but miraculous. Presently, Ram Chatterjee entered the room. He is not Thakur's relation, but the Pujari, and he takes great care of Thakur also and the devotees. The master said some kind words about him to others. Master, Ram's presence in the temple garden has relieved us of many anxieties. He searches out Harish, Latu and the others at mealtime. Really beautiful service he is doing. Very often they are absorbed in meditation in some corner of the temple garden. It is Ram who sees that they eat at the proper time. So Thakur is praising him. This is a great merit to serve the sadhakas. So now we jump again 1 month. From 3rd August, we go to Saturday, September 6, 1884. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Sri Ramakrishna was seated in others' parlor on the 2nd floor. The heading of the chapter was Festival at Others' House. That we are getting now. Narendra, the Mukherjee brothers, Bhavanath, M. Hazra, and other devotees were with the master. So the new name here is Mukherjee Brothers. Better refer to them immediately. Mahendra Mukhopadhyay. He had some business. Thakur had gone to their factory. Later on, he used to supply things to the Sadhu's Math also after Thakur. This is Mahendra Mukhopadhyay. Let us find out. Arrangements were being made for Narendra to sing. While he was tuning the Tanpura, Tanpura is the bass instrument used by classical vocalists. It has 4 main strings and it supports them with the basic swara, the higher octave, and in between either Madhyam or the Pancham. And that has to be tuned according to one's throat. While he was tuning the Tanpura, one of the strings snapped, and the master exclaimed, "Oh, what have you done?" Narendra then tuned the drums. The master said to him, "You are beating that drum, and I feel as if someone there slapping my cheek." Thakur's identity with everything, suddenly it has come. You are beating that drum, I feel somebody is beating my cheeks. Referring to the Kirtan, Narendra said, there is not much rhythm in the Kirtan. That's why it's so popular and people love it so much. Thakur does not like this idea. Master, how silly. People like it because it is so tender and full of pathos. Later on, Naren's opinion had changed. Naren said, if you can join the science of Drupad to the idea or bhav of Kirtan, that will be the best music. Because it is so tender and full of pathos. Narendra sang. So he is now ready. It had snapped, but he must have made it all right. Sweet is thy name, O refuge of the humble. It falls like sweetest nectar on our ears and comforts us, beloved of our souls. That must be Brahma song. And Narendra is singing. So this is an important facet, name of God. You have to japa, you have to chant that, and you have to listen to that also. He sang again, O Lord, must all my days pass by so utterly in vain? This was the song he had sung when he first visited Thakur. 2 songs. Whether my mind come to the hour about, that was one, and the second was this. I think I should better read it in Bengali. Huh? Oh. In Bengali, here only 2 lines are given. So we have to come back to English or search for the songs at the end. Uh, 1 minute, I'll find out that song. It's a beautiful song. Very songs. Oh, here it does not come here. Here a lower show. 515. Oh, that is just before it has come. No, this is this place where we are seeking. 573. Because different volumes were not that chronological, so it has come somewhere in full. Okay, otherwise I'll read in English. We're wasting time, what to do? No, the index is not very proper. Okay. I'll read in English. O Lord, must all my days pass by so utterly in vain? I shall tell as much as I know. जाबे की है दीन हमार विफले चलिए आचे नाथ आशा पथे एनीवे दिवानिशी आशा पथे तुम्ही त्रिभुवन नाथ आम्ही भिकारी अनाथ केमुने बोले वो तुम्हें येशो मम हृदय हृदय कुटीरदार खुले रखी अनिवार अकबर येशो है नाथ जोड़ाओ मम्मे की एनीवे O Lord, must all my days pass by so utterly in vain? Down the path of hope I gaze with longing day and night. Thou art the Lord of all the worlds, and I but a beggar here. How can I ask of thee to come and dwell within my heart? My poor heart's humble cottage door is standing open wide. Be gracious, Lord, and enter there but once and quench its thirst. Pathos, pathos. That is, as he said, Vairagya and devotion both. Master to Hazra smiling. That was the first song he sang for me. Thakur is telling that. It is so great. In Thakur's mind, that impression is so great because Narendra's heart had come out. Narendra sang one or two more songs. Then Vaishnav Charan sang. Other had arranged for a singer. Describing the grief of the gopis at the sight of Krishna as king of Mathura. Oh Hari, how shall we know you now? In Mathura's royal splendor, you have forgotten us. Master, won't you sing that one? Oh Veena, sing Lord Hari's name. He is telling the Vaishnav Charan. Vaishnav Charan sang, Oh Veena, sing Lord Hari's name. Veena is the basic string instrument, Indian. Without the blessing of his feet, you cannot know the final truth. The name of Hari slays all grief. Sing Hari's name, sing Krishna's name. If only Hari shows his grace, then I shall never be distressed. O Veena, sing his name but once. No earthly gem is half so rare. Govinda says, Govinda poet, in vain my days have passed. No longer may I float here in life's trackless ocean waste. Ah. So that is the song Thakur liked. While listening to the song, the master became abstracted. Saying, Ami, he went into Samadhi. The devotees were sitting around him, their eyes riveted on him. The room was filled with people. Others' house, huh? The musician sang again. As he improvised new lines describing ecstatic love of God, the master stood up and danced. He himself improvised lines and sang them with outstretched arms. Soon he went into Samadhi and sat down with his head resting on the bolster in front of him. Oh. Master has described Thakur so many positions for us to meditate, visualize and meditate. The musician was also carried away with emotion and sang new songs. Sri Ramakrishna again stood up and began to dance. The devotees could not control themselves. They too danced with the master. By dancing, every now and then went into deep samadhi. When he was in the deepest samadhi, he could not utter a word, and his whole body remained transfixed. So seeing him, feeling him like this is a great part of this process. The devotees danced encircling him. After a while, gaining partial consciousness, he danced with the strength of a lion, intoxicated with ecstatic love. But even then, he could not utter a word. Finally, gaining more of the consciousness of the word, he sang again, improvising the lines. An intense spiritual atmosphere was created in another's parlor. At the sound of the loud music, a large crowd had gathered in the street. Sri Ramakrishna danced a long time in the company of the devotees. When he resumed his seat, still tinged with the lingering glow of divine fervor, he asked Narendra to sing, O mother, make me mad with thy love. No need of reasoning. Narendra sang, O mother, make me mad with thy love. What need have I of knowledge or reason? Master, and that one, upon the sea of blissful awareness. Narendra sang, upon the sea of blissful awareness, waves of ecstatic love arise. Rapture divine, play of God's bliss, oh, how enthralling. Master, and that one too is making Narendra sing in wisdom's firmament. Perhaps it is too long. Do you think so? All right, sing it slowly. Too long, but sing it slowly. Narendra sang, in wisdom's firmament, the moon of love is rising full, and love's flood tide in surging waves is flowing everywhere. O Lord, how full of bliss thou art, victory unto thee. Master. And he must have sang it. Here only two lines are given. Master. And won't you sing that one? The wine of heavenly bliss. Narendra sang. Be drunk, O mind, be drunk with the wine of heavenly bliss. Roll on the ground and weep, chanting Hari's sweet name. Fill the arching heavens with your deep lion roar, singing Hari's sweet name with both your arms upraised. Dance in the name of Hari and give his name to all. Swim by day and by night in the bliss of Hari's love. Slay desire with his name, and blessed be your life. The master improvised. Be drunk with prema and weep, chanting Hari's sweet name. and be mad with divine fervor and weep, chanting his name. Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees rested a while. Narendra said to the master in a low voice, "Will you kindly sing that one?" No, Narendra wants master to sing. Master, my voice has become a little hoarse. After a few minutes, he asked Narendra, which one? That was always there. Huh? He would not say no to Narendra, but after some time. Narendra, Gaur, whose beauty delights the world. So Narendra has become full of God with form now and believes in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Ramakrishna sang describing the beauty of Sri Chaitanya. Beauty of Chaitanya, huh? Who has brought Gaur to Nadia? Gaur, whose beauty delights the world, his face covered with ringlets of hair shines like lightning against a dark cloud. So the external forms of Gaur and Narendra has become enchanted with that. How much transformation has taken in Narendra because of Thakur's company and teaching. Again he sang, this time about the grief of a gopi at her separation from Shri Krishna. So Thakur himself is singing now. I have not found my Krishna, O friend. How cheerless my house without him. Ah, if Krishna could only be the hair upon my head. Who is singing this? I must check. Because later on, Narendra also has sung this. I lost the page. Oh, here it is. Where we are? Again he sang. Thakur himself sang, huh? Huh. Beautiful, huh? In English. I have not found my Krishna, oh friend, how cheerless my home without him. Ah, if Krishna could only be the hair upon my head, carefully I should braid at it then and deck it with bakul flowers. Carefully I should fashion the braids out of my Krishna hair. Krishna is black and black is my hair, black would be one with black. Ah, if Krishna could only be the ring I wear in my nose, always from my nose he would hang, and my two lips could touch him. Fantasy, wonderful devotional fantasy. But it can never be, alas. Why should I idly dream? Why should Krishna care at all to be the ring in my nose? Ah, but it continues, huh? Ah, if Krishna could only be the bracelets on my arms, always he would cling to my wrist, and proudly I should walk, shaking my bracelets to make them sound, shaking my arms to show them. Down the king's highway I should walk, wearing my Krishna bracelets. Huh. Later on, Narendra himself has sung this. The music was over. The master began to talk with the devotees. Master smiling. Hadra dance? Narendra. Yes, a little. Master, a little. Narendra. Yes, his belly dance too. All love. So now some beautiful incidents are coming, and we better take them tomorrow. Oh, one page only is left here. I will try to read. Pandit Shashadar's host had been thinking of inviting the master for dinner. Master, I have heard that his host is not an honest man. He is immoral. Narendra, that is why you didn't drink the water he touched. It happened the first day you met Shashadhar at his house. How did you come to know he was immoral? Master, smiling. Hazra knows of another instance. It happened at Shiod in Hriday's house. Hazra. Oh, Hazra is present. Huh? The man was a Vaishnava. He came with me to see you. As soon as he sat in front of you, you turned your back on him. Master, we learnt later that he had led an immoral life. To Narendra, you used to say at first that all these were hallucinations. Narendra, how was I to know? Now I see that you are always right. Other had prepared a feast for the master and the devotees and now is inviting them to the meal. The master said to the Mukherjee brothers, what, won't you eat? They said humbly, please excuse us. Master, but why? You are doing everything else. Why this hesitation only about eating the meal? You know the reason. Other was a low caste Hindu. Therefore, some Mukherjees means Brahmins. Therefore, some of the master's Brahmin devotees hesitated to eat at his house. They came to their senses at last when they saw Sri Ramakrishna himself eating. It was about 9 o'clock. So Thakur said, devotees have no class, no caste. The master was resting in the drawing room with the devotees. After food, he would soon leave for Dakshineshwar. The Mukherjee brothers had arranged with a singer of Kirtan to entertain the master the following day. Ram was taking singing lessons from this musician. Sri Ramakrishna asked Narendra to come to Dakshineshwar to hear the Kirtan. Master to Narendra, come tomorrow, won't you? Narendra, I shall try, sir. Master, you can bathe there and also take your meal, pointing to him. He may dine there too, to him. Are you quite well now? I hope you are not on a diet. M. No, sir, I shall come. Nitya Gopal was living at Vrindavan. Chunilal had returned from Vrindavan only a few days before, and the master inquired about Nitya. Both of them are devotees. As Sri Ramakrishna was about to leave, M saluted him, touching the master's feet with his forehead. The master said to him tenderly, then I shall see you tomorrow. Narendra, Bhavanath, please come tomorrow. Then with several devotees he set out for Dakshineshwar. The other devotees returned home in the moonlit night, cherishing in their hearts the master's ecstatic music and dancing. So I've been able to finish that others festival. We'll go to next day. Next day I invited everybody. Om Tava Kathāmritam Tapta Jivanam Kaviviredhitam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadaatatam Bhui Grunanti Ye Bhurida Jana Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.